In JS2, I was lured into a classroom during night prep, and nearly all my setmates gathered and beat me up. The reason will shock you. Hi friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Wando, and this is my YouTube channel where I'm still figuring out my niche. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, join the crew. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Before I go further, I would like to tender my sincere apologies. I know I've been MIA. I know I've been missing in action for a while now. But truth be told, I've had a lot going on behind the scenes. But I would like to assure you that I'll try my best to be consistent from now on. On today's video, I'll be sharing a very personal story. I've never really shared this story publicly. I've only spoken about it once or twice since it happened. And I would like to state that I do not have any grudges whatsoever against any of the parties involved in this story. And I would also like to state that this video is not it's not to shade anyone in particular, but it is to shed light on bullying. I was in JS2, which is 8th grade, and I had just started schooling at a Christian school in Kaduna, Nigeria. I was 12 years old. I was easily trusting, very naive. And to be very honest, I didn't really have a personality. When I got to this school, I had a roommate. Let's call her Esther. Esther was what you term a queen bee. She was popular, she was influential, she was intimidating, and she knew it. Esther had a boyfriend. Let's call him Isaac. They were the it couple of my set. Everybody knew them, everybody admired them. And me, I had a small, quiet crush on Isaac. Isaac was good looking, but more than that, he was kind to me. And at 12 years old, when someone is kind to you in a new environment, it feels like oxygen. Looking back now, I don't think he had an interest in me. But at the time, I thought he did. I don't know if Esther ever found out about my crush. But what I do know is this. I was always tense around her. She had this way of making you feel small. Sometimes, she would ignore me completely. And other times, she would say nasty things and pick on me. I felt like I was constantly walking on eggshells in my own room. We were never friends. We were just roommates sharing space. Until one night. After dinner that night, we had night prep, which is our strict evening study period. Everyone is expected to be in class, reading and silent. Our and Esther's classrooms are actually just next to each other's. I was seated in mine when someone called me. Not suspicious of anything, I stepped out. I stepped into Esther's classroom, and that was when it happened. I honestly didn't know what was happening, and I can only really remember bits and pieces. I got into the classroom. I felt a slap, then another slap, then different hands on my body. To be very honest, it was as though I had a blackout. I can't really remember faces. I couldn't even see faces. I could only hear voices and I could only feel the pain on my body. I was punched. I was slapped. I was dragged. and I was humiliated. The strangest part, like I said, was that I don't really remember what happened after the beating. I don't remember going back to my classroom, and I don't even remember going back to hostel. But obviously I did. I don't even remember crying. One thing I remember vividly was that I felt deep loneliness. I felt alone. Even after the event, no one came to check up on me. Not a classmate, not a friend, and not even a roommate. No one cared to see how I was doing. I really felt alone. Really. I never reported it. I never told a teacher. I never told my parents. And I never told my siblings. I swallowed it up as though nothing happened. But something happened. That event broke something in me. Before that day, I struggled with feeling not good enough. After that day, that belief rooted itself deeply. I became small in my eyes. I began to envy popular people. I felt like I never belonged anywhere. I felt like I had to impress, perform, or show off just to be accepted. I developed fear of being rejected, fear of people getting angry, fear of not being among, and fear of not being accepted. I realized something just recently. It wasn't just a beating, it was a seed that grew into people pleasing, a seed that grew into insecurity, and a seed that grew into silence. When I felt a nudge to tell this story publicly, preparing this video forced me to relive it, and for the first time, I didn't pretend that it didn't hurt. I took that pain to the one that I should have taken it to all along. I sought God. Here's what I've come to understand. Bullying isn't just physical violence. It's identity violence. It attacks how you see yourself. It plants lies and it isolates. Sometimes the physical bruises may fade, but emotionally it does not. The beliefs remain. If you've ever been bullied and you've never told anyone, I see you and I want you to tell your story. If you've ever felt small because of something someone did to you, that smallness is not your identity. You survived. That survival is not weakness, it is strength. And today, I refuse to let a 12-year-old girl's trauma define the woman that I'm becoming. Bullying is a disease, and silence is how it spreads. Today, I break the silence.